Aaron, thanks so much for having me. Very happy to be here. Christian Ruecker, my name. Yeah, I bring something kind of from home. Sustainability is a topic that maybe people don't know, think about in very different ways. I will talk about it a little bit. I follow Jill a little bit, lesson in history, what this all came from, and also I think what we can take from this topic today. There's a beautiful thing called CSRD in Europe going on right now. It's the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive. So now it sounds a little bit dry, and it actually is very dry. So what that means is that big companies in Europe are forced now to not only report on their financials on a quarterly basis or annual basis, but they also need to report on what they're actually doing in sustainability. And you think, okay, European-based company is great, but it also is a need for companies that do business in Europe in general, global companies like Nike, whatever, right? So companies that could be here in the United States as well. With CSRD comes also ESG, and that's a topic that even Wall Street walked away from recently, that some of you may know. Environmental is the big part that everybody associates with sustainability, but there are other topics like the water usage or energy consumption. There's also corporate governance topics, and corporate governance could be cybersecurity. We all know in the collision industry using a lot of different types of software. Everybody probably heard from the CDK hack recently. So these are topics that large corporations need to report on, and how they protect themselves and how they protect consumer data and so on. So all of that plays into that. The last part is social, and social could be how I treat my employees. How do I make sure that they have a safe work environment? And I think everybody of us that has used a lift knows that this is a very dangerous piece of equipment if I not maintain it properly. So these are little details that fall into this category. So you think, now what now? What does it has to do with me here in the United States? Doesn't really make sense. And we are in collision. This is all a bunch of BS, is it, right? So is it really political? I think we have maybe a 50-50 split here, like yesterday, maybe 55-45. How it goes, how it is perceived, right? But this is where it comes to me and my perception and my feeling about this, and maybe how we as a company at DECRA go about this, or maybe also how the industry can look at this. If I look at sustainability, I'm thinking about people. I'm thinking about the planet, or maybe the resources that we have on the planet and that we want to use and utilize. But for me, most important, running a business or working for a company, I want to make money. I want to make profit. And all that combined is, for me, the definition of sustainability. So the political part I mentioned, right? So somebody may say this is all like liberal, whatever, Republican. Doesn't go into that, right? It doesn't matter. But what I want to show is sustainability, in a way, exists since like thousands of years. So this water wheel is from the 3rd century BCE. So they used water to create energy, or to grind their grains to make flour. So it's not like something invented recently. Or these are, I think, in the Netherlands. They actually are also a couple thousand years old. They were used in Persia, in Iran, same way, to grind grain and use wind energy to make life easier, making more with less effort. Another picture out of Thailand, where people harvest sea salt. With the power of the sun, they dry the water, it evaporates, salt lays there. Another thing, since thousands of years, humans have used the sun power to dry food. So they are using sustainable energy that's right there, that just need to be used in the right way to make my life easier, to be more productive, to be using my time more effectively. So how can we now translate that into our collision industry? So what are business ideas? And it's like right on your hand. And many of you probably do that already, because it's not really rocket science. If you have a car wash, if you have eventually bathrooms for your clients in your store or around your area, sometimes it may rain. you can capture that water, you can put a filtration system in there and can reuse the water and bring down your water bill in the future. A lower water bill means I'm reducing my cost and I maybe squeeze out more profit. The sun power, we talked about that before, right? Solar, yes, there's an investment, but you can use that solar power that generates energy maybe to run your AC. So if it's really hot in the summer, with a lot of sunshine, you use the solar power your AC, or you make it a revenue center and you sell that in a way of charging electric vehicles. If I have a shop with a lot of electric vehicles, maybe that's a way to create a new revenue stream. So very simple ideas that are sustainability. Lighting, big topic. LEDs versus light bulbs, right? It's obviously energy consumption on the one hand, but it's also providing a better working environment for my people. Better lighting conditions may also lead to better repair quality because I actually see what I'm doing. So ultimately, it even feeds into Kaizen and 5S, because sustainability is not just one big leap. I invent everything and poof, it's there and it's all great. No, it's many, many little small incremental steps that lead together to improvement in various areas that together bring a shop eventually forward. Then when we look at this photo, paint booths, obviously one of the biggest energy consumers in the shop, right? But where I want to go with it is not waterborne paint or chemicals or the energy, because we talked about this before. I now want to talk about who can actually help me with sustainability in my shop. Because we as a auditing company, we know next year we will probably put in the first couple audit questions regarding ESG, regarding sustainability, because the premium European OEMs we work for, they need to report back to Europe what is going on with their supply chain. You are part of that supply chain. It's not just production, who do I buy my steel from? No, it's also who is servicing my clients on the back end, which you are part of that. But you are not alone. You have paint suppliers. Some of them are based in Europe, and they need to report themselves what they are doing, and they are very much willing to help you to achieve certain things, and you can ask them for support, or you can ask companies like DEKRA or some of our other friends in the industry that really can help you with this. Another topic that you can then start promoting to your customers, let it be the consumer, let it be the insurance companies. I know from Canada, I know already from Europe, and I bet soon there also will be US-based insurance companies that require body shops to show them, to report to them in an RFP process of what they are doing in terms of sustainability. So if you want or not, you probably sooner or later face certain questions in this regard. On the other hand, I talked about the 55-45 split, right? You may have customers and consumers that want to go to a shop that is sustainable, or they maybe don't care about it, but in whatever way, if you use some smart choices to make more money and save energy, you can appeal to customers that want to go to a sustainable or green business, right? So there's like even like a marketing effect behind that. And then the same counts like with the split for your people. People want to be treated well. People want to work in a safe environment, and they want to maybe be part of some sustainable efforts. So it's something that you really can attract your talent even more and get them in. If you work on a project to implement something, maybe that's something where somebody is really interested to be part of a project like that. But ultimately, we run a business, we want to make money off it, right? So there are various topics that drive an ROI, and there's not one over the other is more important, but this is obviously a lot of different topics, and I don't want to go in everyone. But risk reduction is very close to the DEKRA heart, so we want to make the work environment safer, and there is a lot of sustainability things happening around that topic, and we love to help people with that. When we talk about the employee retention, I think it's really a topic that can attract talent. We all starve for talent in this industry, and you may attract more with just addressing this topic in a way. And before I go to the next one, the last one that I want to touch on is marketing, media relations. you can, again, attract another base of people in the country when you have this message about sustainability and that how we go about our business. So for me, it's not just a choice, right? And sustainability for me is just a word. For me, it's like, how can I make my business more profitable? How can I make my life easier? How can I accomplish more with less effort? And this is how I would describe sustainability. So I cannot make this for you. I let you guys make your choice, but that's what I just wanted to get you thinking about. And that's the little message I want to deliver. I thank Aaron, the SRS, for having us here. My name is Christian Ruecker. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We're happy to help you with this journey. Thank you.